As a quick refresher on how to do graphs for your internal assessment, make sure that you have your independent variable and your dependent variable already listed, and you want to have the uncertainty value for both the independent and the dependent variable. In this case, it is the precision of the readout. It's plus or minus 0.01 for either of these. So we will go to Insert and Charts. You want to insert a scatter chart. Never a chart with a line, always the dots. If it comes up blank, hey, no problem, or if the data comes out wrong, just right-click, go to Select Data. You'll go to Add. Series name is Best Fit. Series X values. These will be my friction coefficient values. Series Y, the acceleration values. And notice you get a really nice negative slope. Actually, I can come up with a better title than that. This will be kinetic friction or dynamic friction coefficient. Acceleration versus friction coefficient. And it should be kinetic or dynamic. I'll be as specific as possible. Make sure you click the graph, green plus sign, and add your axis titles. Give these appropriate titles with units. Note friction coefficient is unitless. Okay, add a trend line. Click this little arrow to the right, more options. This box pops up. If yours starts on the paint, just go all the way over to the vertical green bars. Scroll down, display equation on chart. We're going to have 3 equations on this chart, so format it to distinguish it from the other 2 equations. And since the trend line is automatically blue, hey, I color in with a solid border blue, and it matches. Okay, now we need to do our max slope possible line, max slope possible. This will be important for your IA, and it's just good to have like a constant reminder of what to do. So when you generate a max slope possible line, first you'd have error bars. So let's go ahead, green plus sign again, and we're going to add our error bars. Can't do anything without these guys. And we'll click the arrow to the right and more options. Right now we are formatting the horizontal error bars. We can switch later though. You change the error amount custom specify value 0.01, and then get rid of the equal sign unless you're like highlighting columns. 0.01, click OK. Now we will format error bars. We'll do the series best fit Y error bars now. That's the vertical error bars. Oh, okay, yeah. And then you change from standard error to custom, specify value, same thing, 0.01. And the negative Y value is 0.01. Okay. All right, so you can see pretty substantial error. And I want to make sure that wherever this line of best fit is, I can read it clearly. Don't forget axis titles. Let's do the max slope possible line. The max slope possible line shifts the slope to a less negative value. And so I perceive this as if I could, let's see if I can insert like a line on top of here, or if I can draw. Yeah, I can draw. Okay. If I were to shift this line such that the slope would be less negative, I would want to make a line that lied more flat, that wasn't as extreme, and it still interacts with the error bars. Similarly, if I want to make a maximum slope possible line, I would want, a minimum slope possible line for this case because we have a negative slope. I would shift the data such that I would make the slope more extreme. If I undo that. So to do that, you focus on your extreme X and Y values for your data set. So you start with the X value and you look at your data and you think, okay, what's going to make this slope less negative in this case, more closer to being a positive value? Oh, lay more flat. So 0.02. I'm going to come over here. This would be for my X value, 0.02. 0, 2. And if I wanted this to lay more flat, I would subtract the uncertainty here. Then for the y value, I would want it to be less negative, so it would need to come down. I would also subtract the uncertainty for the y value. For the x value, I go to the extreme x, and I think, okay, what is going to make this line more flat? Like, I'm imagining this rotating counterclockwise, a line that could rotate counterclockwise. So I would want to add the uncertainty here. And same thing, if I wanted to stretch it out, make it lie more flat, I would also add the y uncertainty for this data point plus here. Okay, and now we will input this onto the graph. So right click your graph, select data. We're going to go to add. This series name will be called max slope possible. Your x values equals, you highlight your x's, y values equals, you highlight your y's. And then you go okay. Okay. You are going to right click this and trend line, more options, and then you'll select max slope possible, click OK. And then again, you'll need to display equation on chart, grab the box. Hey, and look, it's shifted. It's a very extreme graph, but again, you want to make sure that you can distinguish them, so fill the color in, choose orange, whatever. Okay, now we'll do the same thing for the min slope possible. Just like before, now we're going to think of how to make the graph more negative, more extreme. In this case, for the smallest x value, I will add the uncertainty for x. And for the smallest y value, I will add the uncertainty here. And for the x's, I will do the opposite. And then here, this is equal to, sorry, let me fix this. A8 minus D2. My apologies. This is equal to this, A7 minus this. Oh, God. Kind of late. Okay, and then this minus this uncertainty. So I'm subtracting the uncertainties from the highest values here. Right click, select data, you know the drill, add min slope possible. Possible series x values equals, same thing, click, drag, hold, keep the equal sign for the y, click, drag, hold, okay, okay, add again a trend line, more options, we're going to add our min slope possible line. Yes, indeed. Come over to the green vertical error bars. Display equation on chart. Awesome. Okay. Make sure to format it. I'm going to use black for this. Now I know my lines of best fit. And hey, I guess I could add a legend. That makes it more obvious also. Okay. Then you Control C, Control V, try to spread it out. It should look really nice like that because this is really perfect. And then remember to report your slope uncertainty. You take your slope of best fit. So when you go to answer question number 8, your slope is negative 9.2571 or whatever it is. You'll insert the symbol. You'll insert a plus or minus symbol. Oh yeah, you can't do it over here. Okay, if you need help on this, I was trying to keep this video under 10 minutes. If you need help on adding the slope uncertainty, just send me a message, let me know, I'll show you how to do that. But hopefully you found this video helpful, and thanks for watching, guys.